This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Dog, and welcome you to another sports catastrophe. Birthday boy. And the birthday boy on August the 8th is a former offensive line guard, center, offensive tackle, and long snapper in the NFL for 19 years, from 1983 to 2001, spending his entire career with the Houston Oilers/Tennessee Titans franchise. He was versatile. He played every position on the offensive line. 99 games as the left guard, 87 as the center, 67 as the right guard, 22 as the right tackle, and 17 as the left tackle, and was basically a long snapper. He never missed a game due to injury, and his 293 consecutive starts is his third longest in NFL history, behind Brett Favre and Tom Brady. He comes from a long family line of players from his own team, the Matthews family. He is Bruce Matthews, who's now 61 years old. Bruce Matthews was born to Clay Matthews Sr. and Daisy Matthews in Raleigh, North Carolina. His father played for the San Francisco 49ers as a defensive lineman in the 1950s. Bruce would be a standout. His high school retired his number 72 jersey. He would play for USC, where he played all of the offensive line and all that. He was named to the first team All Pac-10 conference team after his junior and senior seasons, and ended up winning the best lineman of the offensive lineman of the Pac-10. Bruce Matthews was iconic and all that. He was versatile, got to 14 Pro Bowls, and played 19 years as an offensive lineman. To put it in context, it's rare for an offensive lineman to hit the 13-year mark in football, but he got 19 seasons and never missed due to injury. He was the only player to play against the Baltimore Colts when they played at Memorial Stadium in 1983 before moving to Indianapolis, and then against the Baltimore Ravens when they finished up their 2-year jump at Memorial Stadium before moving to M&T Park in 98. Right off the bat, they knew he was special. There was that big 1983 NFL draft. You know, the draft with 6 quarterbacks in it? Well, did you know that Bruce Matthews was the second offensive tackle in that class? With the 6th pick, the Chicago Bears took Jimbo Covert, offensive tackle from Pitt. After Kansas City and Philly passed on him as well, Bruce Matthews went to Houston. Seattle and Houston made a big trade, and Houston went down. They were going to be the number 2 pick, which they could have taken Eric Dickerson, and it would have been great. But anyway, Houston didn't let him go. Bruce Matthews could have been a Seattle Seahawk, although they took what the Rams did with the second 39 picks, swapping around. Seattle did take Kurt with a C, Warner, who was pretty good for Seattle back in the day. So Houston took Bruce Matthews. I mean, Denver took guard Chris Hinton, who then traded him to Baltimore to get John Elway. San Diego took Billy Ray Smith from Arkansas. Okay. Kansas City took Todd Blackledge, the second quarterback in that draft. Okay. And Philly took Michael Haddix. Big mistake. So anyway, Houston took Bruce Matthews. And he would block for Earl Campbell in his first few seasons. He was named to the all-rookie team at guard. Well, then was moved to right guard, from right guard to center, and would snap to Warren Moon, who came over from Canada. He would have to play multiple positions because of injuries on the offensive line, so he would be either right tackle or left tackle most of the times. He had a contract dispute in the 87 season. That was the season which the NFL nearly had another season affected. Well, it was affected, but then they went with replacement players. So he went back to right guard and would play right guard from 87 to 90. And he looked pretty good and all that. He helped Mike Rozier from the University of Nebraska, who became a Houston Oiler, get to Pro Bowls in 87 and 88. The Oilers decided to put him at center and all that to help make adjustments. With Matthews at center and Mike Munchak at guard, Warren Moon led the league in passing yards in 90 and 91, and Lorenzo White went to the 92 Pro Bowl. So Matthews looked good to be the team center. Then he moved to left guard. Well, he signed a 4-year, $10 million contract extension with the Oilers, but then the Oilers signed Mark Stepnowski, who was a free agent center, who used to snap for Dallas, and Matthews went to left guard. He basically was a left guard for everything and helped Eddie George get to 4 straight Pro Bowls because of his blocking. He was sent another 4-year deal with the Oilers/Titans franchise. Matthews, before the 2002 season, retired at age 40. It was amazing and all that. He was made offensive line coach in 2011 of the Titans, thanks to the Titans head coach and former teammate Mike Munchak. So it was amazing and all that. He only lasted a few years. But Bruce Matthews did get to the Pro Football Hall of Fame on his first chance in 2007. It was amazing and all that. He became the first Tennessee Titan to be given the honor since the relocation from Houston. He was the 5th member of the 83 draft class to be enshrined in the Hall of Fame. Dan Marino, Eric Dickerson, John Elway, and Jim Kelly were the others. But they were joined by Darrell Green and Richard Dent later on. Matthews was a guard on the all-decade team in the 1990s. He was one of the best players around, and he was named to the NFL 100 all-time team. Matthews comes from a deep football family and a deep Christian family, too. The son of Clay Matthews Sr., who played in the 50s. His brother Clay Jr., or Clay Matthews, just as Clay Matthews, played 19 seasons in the NFL, mostly for Cleveland. I believe he's Cleveland. Bruce is the uncle of Clay Matthews III, who used to be a star for Green Bay, Casey Matthews, and Kyle Matthews. Bruce and his wife had 7 kids. One son, Kevin, played center for Texas A&M, and then played 5 years in the NFL for Tennessee and Carolina. Jake Matthews is the current left tackle of the Atlanta Falcons, and he was drafted 6th in the 2014 NFL draft out of Texas A&M. Mike Matthews played for Texas A&M, being the center, and his youngest son is a senior at Texas A&M. So yeah, a lot of people from Texas A&M, even though that Bruce Matthews and Clay Matthews both played for USC, but it doesn't matter. Texas A&M's got a good school. So, the school is the thing. And Bruce Matthews schooled everyone by playing 19 years as an offensive lineman. That's hard to do. It's hard to get to 19 years in your career, much less be an offensive line guy. So that's why he's part of the birthday boy, and don't you forget it. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I did